Woo.
I love it.
8:15. Oh shit, we live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Amsterdam Talk Season 3, Episode 2. Tonight we have Miss Love coming through, the transformational woman.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. So, my name is Shanika Love, and I am from Brooklyn, New York. And my business is all about women's empowerment. I started the Transformation Women to really encourage, empower, and educate women on everything self love, self care, really teaching them how to put themselves first in every situation and turn their pain into purpose. I was motivated to start my business in my journey to motherhood. And so it has been, Transformation Women has really been going well. A lot of women have been impacted by this movement. And it's about 2 years old now. My son is going on 3. And so yes, I want to say 2 to 3 years old now because I started it when he was probably about 3 months.
Hmm.
And so now he's about to be 3. So I am the founder of the Transformation Woman, and I just started a new business called Transformation Picnics, and we could talk more about that tonight. So I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on your show, Rod. Thank you. Finally, it's about time.
I know I promised you last season, but I be overbooking. So when I saw it, I said, you know what? Let me get her in here early so I wouldn't look like I'm fibbing again. And then next thing you know, it'd be like, oh, I'm coming to a close for season 3 and you still ain't made it yet. But
Yes, yes,
thank
absolutely.
you for coming. So that's what we want to talk about. You stated, I get your slogan is, I help turn your pain into purpose and your I can't into I cans. Like, where did you come up with that slogan from?
Yes. So pain into purpose, I can't into I can. Pain, everybody goes through pain. Everybody goes through trials. Like it's un it's just bound to happen in our everyday life. And so the transformation woman is, how do you turn that trial? How do you turn that moment when you're hurting into purpose? Whether that's starting a business, whether that's telling your story to others, whether that's motivating someone. And so the transformation woman is all about using your struggles and really making a difference throughout your struggles. And so I think that I love struggles. I love trials and tribulations because you learn from them. And so a lot of the times I teach my clients is that yes, you're going through this hurt, yes, you're going through this pain, but this is teaching you something. Whether it's teaching you, to be stronger, whether it's teaching you to, close the door of a, old chapter in your life. Our struggles definitely teach us something. So that's what pain into purpose mean. And I can't into I can't is pretty self-explanatory. Stop, telling, I encourage women to not focus on the things that you can't do, but focus on the things that you can do and the things that you can control. I'm still, working through that in my everyday life. Just trying to take full control of everything that I can control and stop focusing on the things that I can't control. So it's all about just motivating women to find their purpose and passion throughout their trials. And it's really been touching a lot of women. And I really enjoy the movement. I really enjoy empowering them, and I really enjoy using my story to help other women as well. So yep, that's what it's all about.
Well, you said your story was like your journey to motherhood. So I'm pretty sure we got some viewers out here that may be in a trimester or maybe in the end trimester, I mean,
Yes.
third trimester. Like, how would you describe your journey to them when you were on your way through motherhood through your first, second, and third trimesters?
Yes. So uh everybody experience is different. Some people have, better experience than some. Everybody experience is different. But my journey, I, unfortunately I did my journey alone. So it was kind of tough for me because that no one wants to experience motherhood alone. So I definitely, instead of like really dwelling on the reality of my situation, I, was trying to find everything around me to motivate me to stay encouraged, to just stay alive and just really stay in a positive vibe and try to be mentally and physically healthy for my son. And so that is how my journey began, like really not dwelling on the pain and all of that, but really think about what is this experience and teaching me. Is teaching me how to be strong as a woman. Is teaching me how being stable as a woman is so important, being knowledgeable, being educated. And so that's how I came up with my mission for the Transformation Women, because I feel as women, we need to be educated about a lot of things, not just ourselves, but what's going on in the world, finances, your health. You really need to be educated about that because, situations can arise, and without knowledge, we always say knowledge is power.
Right.
So I always encourage women, like, what is something new that what are you learning right now? Like, what book are you reading? What what is something that you're researching right now? Like, what are you doing right now to gain more knowledge in whatever it is, whether it's fashion, hair, business. You always should be doing something to increase your knowledge in some sort of way. So that's how my mission came about encourage, educate, and empower. Um, Empower came about, after you have gained a certain amount of knowledge in a specific area. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I was like really trying to learn about what like maternity health. I was really trying to learn about depression and postpartum and all those things because when you're pregnant, your body changes, your mental state changes, your physical state changes. So, you have to really learn what's going on. And then once I learned what my body was going through, what my mind was going through, that's when I started to like feel empowered. Like, okay, yes, I understand that what I'm going through is normal, what my body's going through is normal. So then I started to empower other women.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's again how the mission came about. You got to really encourage yourself through your situation. You have to educate yourself, and then you have to empower others, share your knowledge with other people, so they don't make the same mistakes, so they can learn from your experiences. So
Okay.
did
So
I answer your question, or did I just say too much?
no, you answered it total. So like, what would you say? Like, because I know you said you're going through the whole maternity thing with postpartum and depression. Like, how like what's the percentile or the percentage like that women actually go through depression or postpartum syndrome after giving birth? Like, what's the numbers?
Yeah, so what's real? Like a lot of times, a lot of women don't even know they're going through postpartum depression. Like that I don't really know the statistics, but there is data out there that says like a lot of times, especially the Black community,
Mm-hmm.
they don't even know that they're going through postpartum depression. They just think that whether something is wrong or they're just sad, and they don't do enough research to really know that, wow, I really had a moment of postpartum depression. um like even women I know, when I speak to them, or like potential clients, they tell me how they feel in terms of just like they're always sad. They may have periods of their them breaking down and crying. Like those are signs of postpartum depression, and postpartum depression is not bad. So that's something that I learned in my journey. Like I wasn't diagnosed with postpartum depression, but I did have like postpartum blues where I had a lot of feelings of like hopelessness and like feelings that I was going to harm my son.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was very terrified of driving. You could not get me to drive. I was so terrified of driving because I just felt like something was going to happen. So those are like were signs of when you feel like you're incapable of taking care of your child. Those are signs of like postpartum blues, postpartum depression. But I also learned that it's normal. So I often tell my clients like when you feel that way, don't think that something is wrong with you, right? Don't feel like you're weird, you're odd. Like almost everyone goes through it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what helped me get through the postpartum is to know that okay, this is how I'm feeling, but there's a lot of data out there that says like a lot of women goes through this. So that's what helped me. So instead of like dwelling on what was going on and that I was feeling this blues and feelings like I was gonna harm my child, I just like seek help, from my doctor, mental health, and those are really helpful. So I really I really tell my clients and women like when you feel like any sadness, hopelessness, don't be afraid to reach out for help. You can't be afraid to reach out for help because it's so important to take care of yourself, and you have to reach out for help. You have to reach out for help. Don't feel embarrassed because the worst thing that you can do is be alone in
Mm-hmm.
your own in your own pain, and
Right.
nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves to be alone in their own pain. So definitely don't be afraid to reach out. Talk to a doctor, talk to a friend, talk to a family, talk to somebody that you trust, and find help because there's a lot of right now so much people suffering from mental health. So we gotta take care of ourselves.
Got you. So when I knew you was coming on, I said, let me do some research on this empowering women thing. So I kind of jotted
Yes, I
down
love
some
it. You was
notes.
ready.
Kind of jotted down some notes. They said like the first thing when ways women can empower other women. I mean, this falls in your business as well with the transformational woman. Validate women's self expressions. Basically, what they said, if you see a woman brave enough to make herself vulnerable and share her personal story on social media, let her know you see her and you honor her truth. If she's
Absolutely.
brave enough to share her story, acknowledge her bravery.
Yes, yes, yes. And that's what I do on my platform. When I go through my stories and I see um my followers just enjoying their time with their families and with their kids, and like they're out having a good time, and
Mm-hmm.
they're doing their thing, whether it's their career or their business. I love that. I don't care if I don't know you. I just want to empower you and tell you that you look good. Keep going, sis. I see you. It's really you start to create a community where you don't even know these people, but just spreading love, it just becomes infectious. And so, yes, what you said, like that, hit it on the money. It's so true to really when you see someone just being confident and
Mm-hmm.
walking in their truth, it's so good to like praise them. Because that goes a long way. We all love support.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta love support. The second thing it said, I mean, this is woman to woman. But a man can also do this as well. It says compliment her mind and soul, not just her body. Like women basically get tired of being you look beautiful, every day or whatever, and that, beautiful, you look sexy or you look cute. They want to hear things like how like brilliant, kind, dedicated, strong, etc. Like other adjectives instead of just that you're beautiful thing. So compliment her mind and soul, not just her body.
Yes. And that is something that I also empower my tribe to really dig deeper. And when you think of the word transformation, it's
Mm-hmm.
all about, like, you're starting at one place and you're turning yourself into whatever you want to be, like whether it's this businesswoman, this mom entrepreneur. And I really, through self-love,
Mm-hmm.
throughout my coaching packages, I offer like a self-love coaching package where I focus on not just teaching women how to love their outer beauty, but also their inner beauty. Like really digging deep down and identifying what it is that makes you happy, what it is that makes you upset, what it is that triggers you. Really knowing your soul, and really knowing, like, listening to your conscious, because a lot of people, they don't do that. Like a lot of women, they don't know their soul, they don't know who they are. They just see themselves as, they just see their outer beauty. Like they wake up in the morning, hair done, nails done, everything done, but they're
You
walking
fancy,
on.
huh?
Yes, but
I
you're
got
walking and you know nothing about yourself. Like, you ever come in contact with people that, like, they have such a great outer appearance, and then you start to talk to them, and they
right.
have no soul. Like, it's just nothing there. So I really push women to really work on their inner self and their inner beauty.
Okay.
So
So,
true, so true.
but that's what I was getting ready to say when you were saying a lot of women understand like their outer beauty, and I was having this conversation on Twitter the other day, and I was like, well, if you didn't have these assets, big chest, big butt, and you couldn't twerk, what would your purpose be? Like, would you
Yes.
still have the same amount of followers? Would you still be going viral or not? Like, and that's what I get with you, like, because you sit down and you talk to some of these women and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
Right. Right, right,
lost,
right.
and you just lost. And I just seen a quote before we got on Facebook. One of my homeboys put, money's not the root of all evil no more. It's attention now.
That's deep. That's
So when I thought about it as I was coming downstairs, I'm like, you know what? Rai is right, because money was a thing in the past, but now it's all social media. I can see your life 24/7 now. So if I don't have the many likes or the many clicks or comments, is like, I feel like I might be a failure or something like that.
right. And I think Instagram has this feature where you can turn off your likes and stuff. And like that stuff, if you pay attention to that stuff, that could really damage your self-esteem.
Mhm.
And so that's why I said, through self-love and self-discovery, it's so important to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, and you just, like, you're just this outer beauty person, and then you don't get as many likes, you don't get as many attention, and you're like, all right, what's going on with me, what's wrong with me? So I have a client. She is she's starting her business, and she is definitely struggling through trying to get traffic, with
Mhm.
her social media platforms, and that really, like, affects her. And one thing I tell her and everyone is like, what's your purpose? What's your why you're doing this? Because if you're doing this for the likes,
Right.
that's not gonna that's gonna make or break you. You know, you gotta know that even with one like, you touch one person. Because when I started Transformation Woman, I didn't automatically start with 100 views or whatever the case may be. I used to start with like one or two people, but guess what? I Those one or two people, they were my best friends. Okay, they were my number one supporters, and I felt good that I was impact. I was touching that one person. That one person was liking my content. That they were resharing, and that was good enough for me, because I always tell people that the transformation woman, it's not really for the people. It throughout my journey, it really was for me. It was helping me heal because I was so I was so like in a really low state that
Mm-hmm.
I needed something. Like when I started, I was just like, I am so low right now. I need to do something. I need to do something. And so I thought of the transformation mode because one thing I like to do, I like to teach.
Mm-hmm.
I like to learn. I like to empower. I like to speak. So I said, I'm smart. I can put a group of women together and I can empower them and we can all talk. Those are the things that I like to do. So I remember my first event. I called all my friends that I knew in
Mm-hmm.
different perspectives and fields. And I was like, y'all, I'm tired of waking up with the same routine, taking care of this baby. I need
Mm-hmm.
to uplift myself. Um, and my one of my close friends, she's a social worker. I have like different friends in different fields, and so I said we're gonna do this women's empowerment event. We're gonna get our knowledge together, and we're gonna reach out to the community, and we're gonna give some knowledge. And so my first event, we had like 40 women
Mm-hmm.
on the call. And once I did that, I was just like, yeah, I got something going. And so
Got you.
and that's how it came into turn your pain into purpose. And that's how Transformation Woman started.
Got you. So now this is the next thing that I pulled, and this is specifically to black women. Black women are especially placed with a burden of being too strong
Ooh, come on,
to
preach.
to experience pain despite being more at risk of mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder. Don't make
Yes.
assumptions about which one of your women friends most need help and support. So basically, what I got is like offer support to all women, including even the strong ones. You
And
know,
listen, I say this a lot to my friends, like stop trying to be strong all the time.
right?
Stop trying to be strong. But we learned that in the black community, a lot of us see our parents and our mothers be strong black women. And that's what we know. That's all we know. So we grow up being the strong black woman. And let's not talk about the Miss Independent woman.
Right.
Once I had my son, all that strong, Miss Independent, I was like, no, I need help now. I'm not trying to be strong. I'm not trying to be nobody's Miss Independent. I need help because, and that's the thing that I teach my clients. Like, if you try to be the strong black woman, you're only doing more damage to yourself
Right.
because God did not create us to be strong as women. I'm talking about as a woman.
Right.
We are nurturers. We are emotional creatures. We are like, we're soft. That's the man's job. That's all y'all. Y'all can go ahead and be a strong man. Like he built y'all to be that. So we don't need to be doing that 24/7.
Somebody just said women also don't need to constantly broadcast that they are strong.
Yes, I agree. That strong black woman and preaching like I'm a strong black woman, that has to stop because really it be the strongest black woman that be hurting inside, that's mentally ill, that
Mm-hmm.
really is going through it because they're being strong all the time. And like you said, those are the one that it leads to depression and things like that. I really gave up being that strong black woman because I always tell myself, imagine if I was trying to play this strong black woman throughout my pregnancy and throughout my journey.
Mm-hmm.
I would really probably be in a really sunken state.
Right.
But I realized that for me, like someone just put, we have to know ourselves. For me, I knew myself. I knew that I could not put on that image of being strong because I was not feeling strong. I was feeling weak.
Right.
And so, if I wanted to be a healthy, they always say you don't have to be the perfect mom. You just need to be a healthy mom, right?
Right.
So that was my goal. I want to be physically and mentally healthy. I'm not looking to be perfect. I just want to be physically and mentally healthy. And so I knew that I needed to get help.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did therapy. I always communicated with my doctor. I tapped into my support system, have a great support system. Um, and so I was fine. I was really, really fine. And so that just empowered me to really start the journey, because I'm just like, if I felt this way, there's a lot of women that they are really going through it. So no, we can't be strong black women all the time.
You're right.
We gotta leave that to you, Rod. You gotta come in and save us, okay?
I,
Because we
hey,
can't.
I just like to big you up, man. You know, like I just say, ask you how your day is going, basically. Like, 'cause I just want you to know somebody out here gives a fuck at least. Like go ahead and
Yes,
just say,
no,
hey,
seriously.
like, yeah. I mean, I learned that through one of my classes. And it was like, yo, sometimes just ask them, man, woman, just ask them how they day was, because you never know what's going inside that person's mind, and that'll give them the opportunity to go ahead and say
That's a
whatever
fact.
they need to say to get it off their chest. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't let them get off their chest, next thing you might turn on the news or something, and somebody committed suicide or some crazy shit.
Yes, that no, so true. But let me ask you, are you the type that like when you see a woman like, oh, I'm strong, like, I hold it down, and like they come off as like this strong, like somebody was saying broadcasted, and I'm
Mhm.
independent, and I don't need this. Like, how do you what are your views on that on that like community and or language and stuff like that? What do you
Well,
about
when you do that to me and you say that around me, I feel like you just smoking mirrors to me, because the strongest women I've been around, my grandma, my mother, they never mentioned that shit. I'm a strong woman. They did by actions.
mm,
Never. I'm superwoman. Blah blah blah. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna just do my actions and go ahead about it. You know what I'm
right?
saying? And that's one of the things, like growing up, even though I had my dad and stuff like that, but the thing is, I've seen my friends who didn't have their dads and their mothers. It's like they didn't have to mention they were strong. They just made a way. Nobody knew how they did it, but they just made a way. Like,
Yeah.
so, that was one thing, it's just like when you come to me like I'm strong, I'm this, yo, you smoking mirrors, man. Who you trying to fool? Because if that's really your characteristics and your trait, you're gonna show you're gonna show it to me. You're gonna lead by example, you know what I'm saying? Just like I did it. But to go back to what you were saying about being the perfect parent, there's no such thing as the perfect parent. And this is why I say that, because if you try to live your life and be perfect for your children will never know. That will put so much weight on them. Because like my mom and my dad was so perfect, I gotta be this perfect. No, let your kids see you mess up.
Yeah.
Let them know it's okay. It's fine to mess up.
Oh, your kids gotta see you mess up and know that's okay. Like, mistakes are okay. Ain't nobody perfect, really. Like, I tell my son all the time when he does something and he starts to cry. I'm like, it's okay, babe. Get back up and try it again. Like, that's all right. That's things that's gonna happen in life, and you gotta learn that don't feel embarrassed when you make mistakes. And that's the thing, as women, and probably men too. When you go through something, you feel embarrassed.
That's part of
There's
life.
no shame. There's no shame in my game. Hey y'all. Hey girl. Sports chick said,
That's
hey.
just a part of life, though. Just, you know what I'm saying? You got some people like myself, I never really feel embarrassed. I'm like, okay, shit happened. Fuck it. Move to the next chapter. Like, it happened, it happened. It doesn't bother me, but it's a life is about learning. Like, can you learn from your mistakes? If you fall down twice, you got to get up 3 times. Now, if you only
Right.
get up twice, it's like you basically quit. Like, nah, you got to get back up and
Right.
ride that horse.
Right.
Making a mistake is not an issue. It's how you respond to that is also like.
Yes, it's definitely your response. Your response is everything.
Right. Okay,
Definitely.
but back to you with this empowerment. We spoke on this though. Also, I pulled out be a signal booster for other women. You spoke of this about leadership teams and conference lineups, speaking roles, and media sourcing. You
Mhm.
already spoke on that. So like, you spoke on your journey and how you started off with your best friends. They started sharing your stuff. So I'm figuring like the women that you're going through, I mean, that just working with you, you're giving them that signal boost as well.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Yep. It's all about like in my circle. I don't have a big circle, but we definitely give each other feedback.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of what's listen, I like that I like your content. This color is nice. This what I like we really give each other feedback, and I think that's very important when you have someone in your circle that's trying to start a business that, wants to do something or anything. You got to support your friends. You got to, tell them and even give them constructive criticism in terms of like, Narcissus, that I didn't really like because so and so like. So you always got to, be honest with your friends and transparent because, you know, everybody has an audience.
Right.
Everybody has an audience. And so, even some of my friends when they are, pitching their ideas, I give them my honest opinion. Like, this is what caught me and why. This is what didn't caught my attention and why. So it's all about signal, like you said, signal boosters,
Right.
supporting your friends, giving constructive criticism, giving, good feedback, and just being honest. And then, your friends not feeling offended by that.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
This one I pulled out, but I was like, I'm not sure about this.
What's
But I
that?
said this is probably going to work, but it might not work. It talked about, talk to your friend about your period and about yours and hers. People with vagina, yes, people with vagina severely lack information about their bodies because it's fear of female sexuality and desire. To
Wait,
quote Mich-
what? Say what now? And what is
people,
that? What is
I
that to
was,
empower women?
yeah, it's the best way to demolish this stigma is to be open about your bodies with other women. Like y'all be open with each other about your bodies. Like, and to quote Michelle Obama, she said, I think it's the worst thing that we do to each other as women, not share the truth about our bodies and
Yeah.
how they work.
Yes. 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 That I don't know about the period thing, but what you said about being open with your friends about your body, that's so true. Because even in pregnancy, you have to, you don't have to share everything, but as a woman, you go through so many changes
Mhm.
when you are carrying. For me, I had a great pregnancy, thank God. But after my pregnancy, I lost so much weight. Now, mind you, I was like thick, slick, or whatever they call it.
Slim, thick.
Yes, yes. And then that was later, all of that was gone. Nothing was there. I probably lost like 30 pounds.
Mm,
And that was a real big, and I'm just now getting my weight back. That was a real big change for me.
mm,
And when I tell my story, that is the main change in my body that happened to me. Some people, they can't eat the same things, or like so many different things happen, and I think it's important that women share that because again, everybody experience is different, but you still could learn. And with my story, with me losing the weight,
mm-hmm,
I share with women how I had to gain my confidence back.
mm-hmm.
Because you know, you go from, you were like, what you said, slim thick? That's what you
Yeah,
said?
you said slim, thick. Yeah,
You go from slim thick, now you slim. So
slim, thick to slim. Okay.
that, you got to get used to your entire body all over again. Your assets are not the way how it used to be. You go through breastfeeding and like your whole everything changes. You got to really learn to love yourself all over again. It's a real process. And I always be real um because I know that feeling is real. And so it took me a while to gain my confidence back. It took me a while to appreciate my new body, and I had to celebrate the small wins. And I'm glad to say, like, I'm like great, but it definitely was a journey in getting myself back there. So yeah, you got to share your experience, your body experience, because you never know. You share your experience, and people say, "Oh my God, I went through the same thing. I lost a lot of weight too, girl."
Right.
And you realize that you're not alone in your journey. You are never alone in your journey. No matter how alone you feel, you are never alone in your journey.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Now, this is one of the biggest things right here with women, right here, this next point.
What's up? What's up? Talk to me.
Disagree without dismissing. We can disagree and and everything be fine, but it seems like women decide to say when there's a disagreement, now fuck that, we dismissing her.
Wait, what? Wait.
Like,
You talking about women to women?
yes, women to women.
Oh,
We won't
God.
always agree with one another just because we share a gender identifier. Like women versus women, when there's a disagreement, they all of a sudden they dismiss each other.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So
gotta stop that. We gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop doing. We gotta learn to agree to disagree, and to be okay with that. We have to be perfectly okay. I think I experienced that more in my career as I progress in my career. That you're just not gonna agree with everybody's decision. You're
right,
not. And for me in my career, I try to please everybody, but in some of my decisions, I realize that you are just not going to agree with these people, and you're just going to have to make a decision without being dismissive, saying, thank you for your consideration, but I disagree. But you shouldn't feel dismissed in your decisions as a woman, and you shouldn't dismiss others. This is just not acceptable. It's not acceptable. You shouldn't dismiss anybody. Like, don't dismiss me. If I have my opinion, do not dismiss me. What's
my
on
hair is my
about
hair is singled up. It is braided for those who want to know what's going on under my head, my hat.
those your people? Ava Joy said, "What is going on with your hair, Rod?
Hey, I didn't put my thing on last night, so it's shooting all over the place.
What thing on your
I
head?"
didn't put the stocking cap on last night to lay it flat.
Uh,
So like this morning when I woke up, it was like straight in the air. But yeah, I mean it's trying to come down, and I just ain't want it all over the place. So I just put a hat on.
right. I feel you. He look fine. Who that? Ava Joy. He look fine.
And I am not worried about Ava. But next point, um, saying that you are a feminist, this qualifies and the hesitation when it comes to that F word. Dr. Wagner said, say you're a feminist even if it's uncomfortable. A feminist is just someone who believes in equal rights for all.
Hmm. That's deep. What you think about that? I don't know how I feel about that. That's deep.
Hold on, I just saw a question come. I'm gonna get back to that. Been a lot of dissing of Lori Harvey lately. First and foremost,
This
this
is the
is my
glory
this
how you lay by men and women. Yeah, let's talk about that. Cause
this is
that caught me by surprise. Well, not really surprised, but I guess she was just having fun.
listen. I see both sides of the spectrum with it. She's been 25 and she's not ready to settle down. I get that portion, but at the end of the day, was that made known from the beginning before Michael B? Before you did all you did for her for a year, like
He
you
was having
wasted your
fun
time.
too. He was having fun too. He just got caught up.
I mean, my personal opinion was like I told my man on one of his posts, I would have never did it because I knew she was for the streets when she was dealing with
Oh,
when she
see, no, that's
no when she was
how you
dealing
know
with
he was from a street.
no when
What
she was
street?
dealing with Diddy when she went from Diddy's son to Diddy. I said she's for the streets. You went from the son to the father. Hell no. That's like,
So
I'm
you went and took her in because she went from one to one to one.
listen.
Mm-mm.
I would have had to take the Drake approach on this one. Drake does it 6 months with everybody, whether it's Venus, whether it was Serena Williams, whether it was what's old girl Bernice Burgess. Drake does 6 months. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, we can have fun for 6 months and that's over with. But the moment she was messing with, I think that was Justin or Christian, I can't remember which one it was. And then she went to Diddy, and then she was out in Sandro Pay with Diddy, Steve Harvey, and her mother. Hell no, no, no.
I think that's all publicity, man. That's all publicity. That's all. Listen, they was having a good time, okay? A good time. They was having a good time. And now all of a sudden they single, but they said because Lori Harvey want to continue to have her fun. Now, how old is the guy? How old is he?
Michael B like 35.
Is she 25?
So it's a 10-year gap, and that's why I'm saying from the
Yeah.
beginning, it should have been laid out. Like, this is what I want to go through. I want kids, I want marriage. And she could have been like, nah, I ain't with all that. And he could have been like, all right, well, I don't want to pursue you.
But they probably wasn't talking about that in the beginning. They probably was just having a good time. And then throughout the course of the relationship, Michael B decided he wanted to be serious. And she was just like, nah, we was having a good time. What's up?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Creed, man.
I mean, some people, they go into relationships like really being serious. Like, yo, this is what I want. I want kids. And some people, they just really want to have a good time. They don't even talk about that. But then they get, probably like a couple of months in, they start to be like, all right, I want Michael B probably was like, you know what? I wanna settle down with you, Lori. She was like,
But like I said, after I seen that she went from son to dad, I'm like, nah, yo, you for the streets.
Wait,
like
so
everybody.
She was with Diddy's son, and then she was messing with Diddy?
Yeah, she went from son to father. Then after that, I think she went to Future or something like that.
That says a lot about the men too, not just her.
Well, yeah, it says a lot about it too, because I put it like this, and me and my brother always talk about this. Hollywood celebrity status is nothing but 2% different from real life. Because you're from Brooklyn. If I was from Brooklyn and you're from Brooklyn and we started messing with each other, somebody else I might know might have started messing with you. And that's just how it goes around in Hollywood. It's just like, I meet you, we go here, then I'm with you, then this happened. It's just like, the only thing I say for my brothers out there that's in, whether they're a rapper, athlete, or whatever, just stay away from that Kardashian clan. Your career will go downhill after that. Like,
now
I don't know.
Their career might go up. What are you talking about?
No, it goes down.
They might get a hit.
The proof is in the pudding. Kanye is fucking mad now. He's mad.
He's always been mad.
He's mad.
He's always been crazy.
Lamar Odom tried to OD.
I see. So what you think Pete Davis going to? But Ray J is good. Ain't nothing wrong with Ray J.
Ray J got out of it.
Ray J is good.
You turn
Reggie Bush. Remember Reggie Bush?
Reggie Bush ain't been in the league in damn near 10 years. Matt Kemp from the Dodgers. He's supposed to have been at practice. He down with Kim buying fucking iPhone 7s. He got fined a couple $1,000s for going to buy a fucking phone. This trumps it all when I say this about that fucking family. When you had a triathlon and Bruce Jenner turned this nigga to a woman.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Stay away from them.
That is so crazy. Them Kardashians, they listen. They can't. And then what's her name? Black China tried to sue them. She was not winning that case.
But I put it, like this, and this is what this is with some quotes I seen, and they put up pictures with certain celebrities like, you're not ugly, you just don't have money. It's just
Tristan. What about Tristan? He's still getting.
He ain't been good since Cleveland.
Tristan.
And he keeps having multiple children and getting caught.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but what's his name?
Who?
Courtney kids' father.
I don't know.
Lord Disick. What's his name?
Oh, Scott Disick. I cussed his ass out in Las Vegas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, right. Quick story before we get back to what we was talking about, because I got one more point. So we in line at One Oak. And so these white women in front of me, I think they was white or they might have been mixed. I don't know. So he's right there. They're like, oh, that's Scott Disick right there. They talking to each other, and I'm sitting there behind them. I'm just ear hustling like, what the fuck is this motherfucker? like holding up the goddamn line. I'm trying to get in, trying to get in the club. First and foremost, my drink was wearing off, so I'm getting pissed. So I'm
Right.
like, yo, I gotta get in here. So security holding this shit up, and the girl like, yeah, Courtney put him on child support. And so I told her, I said, excuse me, lady, I know a bunch of motherfuckers on child support and they ain't fucking famous and holding up no goddamn line. Can we get in this motherfucker? So he say something, and I just told him like, yo, just shut the fuck up and let us in, man, and go pay your goddamn child support. Nobody gives a shit.
He
So
probably,
eventually, huh?
he probably was drunk. He's
I
always.
don't know what the fuck he was, but he went in the building and let me get in, and I got in. It's like, I ain't
So you
time for this
actually
shit.
saw him? Wow,
He,
that's nice.
he was standing like like probably maybe like 2 arm lengths away from me.
Wow.
Cause I didn't know who the fuck he was. I just thought he was a regular white boy.
Yeah. You said he's a regular white boy?
I thought he was a regular white boy to the young ladies in front of me. Was like, oh, that's so and so. He's good,
Oh,
that shit, baby father. And I'm sitting there like, all right, yo, I'm thirsty. I need another fucking drink right now. Like, can y'all hurry the fuck up? So they start talking about the child support and shit, and I'm like, nah, yo, this ain't going down. Like, I know a bunch of motherfuckers on child support. They don't get this type of celebrity status. So and all that was said and went through, I don't know where he went at in the club, but I just was like, yo, just let me in. So I
right,
got
right.
in.
But
Yeah.
what? Hey, at least you got an experience with somebody famous.
I met a lot of famous people in my lifetime. The only person I was actually starstruck to meet was LeBron James, and that was it.
Oh wow!
And that was it.
Listen,
And
I've met LeBron James, and I wasn't starstruck, but I was just like, wow, that's LeBron James.
no, I was starstruck
Like
because
these
I'm looking.
guys, they really some like whoa.
This is
They
the first nigga I
really
had to look
whoa.
up to. I had to look
Yes,
up. What the fuck? Like,
yes. I went to this a pool party or something.
mhm,
In the summertime, those people they always at some pool party, and he was in the section,
mhm.
and I was just like, wow, that's LeBron. Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
he was in DC, and the funny thing with him was I walked into a section, stepped over the rope. He shook my hand. This how I know it's old. Do you know this old? Because he had a fucking T-Mobile sidekick in his hand.
Oh wow, that's
So I
definitely
shook his hand, and I'm like, "Yo, let me take a picture." So his security was like, "No pictures," and I'm sitting back like, you know what? You ain't taking no pictures because your ass belong in Vegas for the fucking summer league practice. You don't belong in DC. So that was just like meeting him. That was just like because he was so tall, like 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather,
Wow,
Pusha
those
T.
are heavy hitters,
These
man.
motherfuckers are all cool. Like, I'm saying, I'm
Oh,
looking
those
at
are
Floyd like
heavy
this little
hitters,
ass dude.
heavy hitters, man. Heavy hitters. 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather. Woo!
Yeah, like, I'm saying, all of them was cool, but the coolest one I met, and this is my homeboy to the day. I don't I think he changed his number because he ain't answered my text. Was Oskino from the Oskino from State Property. One of the coolest dudes ever.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? He real down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
where he from?
He from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, Philly. Okay,
Philadelphia.
that's not too far from the DMV area.
Yeah, he from Philadelphia. We had a couple drinks. He invited me up to the set of this movie, this independent production they was shooting and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool dude, man. You know what I'm saying?
Cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's get back to the show.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, so this is the last point I pulled out. This is the last point I pulled out about empowering women. It
Okay.
was like prioritize women of color, trans women, disabled women, and all the most disenfranchised among us all.
I love that. I love that. All women, especially the trans women, like we gotta do better to support that community. We really gotta do better to support that community, all women. And even, if you're not born as a woman but you consider yourself a woman, we have to do better to support them. Like, or everybody matters. Everybody matters. Everybody matters. Like, I don't care where you were born, whether you were born black, blue. Everybody matters. Everybody has feelings. Everybody has organs. And
Right.
so everybody has hormones. And so I think, yes, what you said, all women, trans women, all that. We definitely should honor women. Um, more. And we need to protect our women too. Just like I said, we're to protect our men, we
Well,
gotta protect our women.
yeah, that's from the man point, but this like women empowering women. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
but that
So
women need to protect women too.
okay.
We need to speak up for other women. Like we really do. We need to speak up for other women and protect each other, because we can do more when we work together than when we working against each other.
Well, that
Um,
was the very, very last point was women when women support you, return the favor.
yes, return the favor. Yes, yes. And I'm telling you, in the workplace,
Mm-hmm.
it's really bad with women in the workplace, and within the education. Because I work in the education field, the education field is a woman dominant field,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll be surprised how many in the education field, how many women go against each other. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad how women, when you get to a place in your career, or you get to the top, quote unquote, you'd be surprised how many women try to compete or go against you. And we gotta stop that. We Ava said preach. Yes, girl. Ava came to she did not come to play tonight. She's going in. I love it. I love it. We all on this ghetto ass earth. Yes, this earth can be very ghetto, sis.
Yeah.
Very ghetto. Ghetto. And I listen, that's why I said we have to support each other, and we have to like stop the BS, because we can do so much more. Women, we are so powerful. They always say we can turn a house into a home. You give us something, we can triple it. You
Right.
give a dollar, trust me, we can turn it into millions. Like
Yeah.
that's how powerful women are. And it's we have to really come together.
Which
We
is
have to
true.
really come together instead of competing and fighting. I cannot stand um I cannot stand when you see a woman doing her thing, you try to compete against her. You hate. Like, don't hate. Join the movement. Support. Like,
Collectivize, basically.
yes. One thing
And
with me, if I see another woman that's doing her thing, put me on. Like, teach me. Like, can I be your mentee?
right.
Because knowledge is for everybody.
Yeah, it is.
And we could all be doing the same thing. There's a lot of reels that's saying like, I think there's a reel that's like the market is oversaturated, honey. But my talent is not your talent. Like, yeah, the market is oversaturated, but it's no you. You the only you. You are gonna bring something different to the market. I don't
Right.
care if somebody else has the same business as you. They're not you.
Right.
They're not you.
No, they're not you.
So with my new business that I launched, Transformation Picnics, there's a
Mm.
lot of there's a lot of picnic business in the field, and I support and I love every picnic business person in the field, but I also love making my clients happy.
Got you.
Like, so like, even if you want to, I would say my advice, if you want to start a business, it doesn't matter who else has the business. You Nobody can do it like you do it.
Man, nobody. There's no two people cut from the same cloth. There's no two alike
Exactly.
like a snowflake.
You have the magic touch. See, it's no exactly. It's no exactly what you said.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I know how strong y'all voice is because y'all got these niggas running around here with these low ass shorts on this summer. That's
What
crazy.
you about?
These goddamn little hoochie daddy shorts. Like y'all say one thing and these niggas running out here with these low ass
What
drawers
are you
on.
talking about? Oh God, I don't know what you talking about. I don't
Women
see
say
no.
one little thing, you got niggas running around here with drawers on outside.
I don't see nobody with hoochie daddies. What are you talking about?
Oh man. So this the part of the show right here. This is called I Be Damn Where's the we about to watch tonight we watching two stories tonight. Is a story And basically, when the stories come back, you're gonna break it down, and how would you handle the situation? So,
Oh, I like that. I like your show. I
yeah,
love your
I
shows.
be let's roll it. I'll be damned.
Um, it's so cool.
All right, you guys.
Did you really come back with 2 separate checks?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me grind it back because it look like it's still buffering my slowness this week.
All right, you guys.
Did you really come back with 2 separate checks?
Yeah, that's what action do.
You're really gonna make me pay?
You gonna get some ass?
No.
Well, anyways, man, here go the two. She's not gonna give you what? No ass.
Hold on.
That's crazy.
This is they.
Are you?
Hey,
I'm gonna pay the 15. At least show a kneecap.
That's so.
Fuck you.
See, that's your problem. You don't want to. That's your problem.
He's really making me pay, you guys.
Hey, how you get home?
You're fucking taking me home. You're taking me home.
You got gas?
No.
You want to give that to the ride?
No. You're taking me home.
I think you heat up the food.
All right, you guys. He's not making me. He's making me pay for my food because I won't have sex with him.
Oh,
That's a sad shame. Look at this man. Don't ever go out with him. Don't give him your number. Just fucking run.
Y'all hoes is hungry.
the second one coming now.
he's dirty. He's dirty. Funny.
I only had K on from Charlotte.
All right, here we go.
He's dirty. I'm sorry. He's dirty.
Woo. Welcome to another edition of I Be Damn. This week's story comes from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a quick short story. I matched this girl on Tinder during lockdown. Surprisingly, she asked me to come over. So I went to her place. She was already a bit drunk, and we started hooking up, and she decided she wants to take drugs. I only had K on me, and K is ketamine. It's basically a hallucination drug like mushrooms and shit like that, shrooms. It makes you hallucinate, so it was an illicit drug or whatever. So I only had K with me. So she takes her dose, and we continue. Soon as I realized she's falling asleep, I took her arm away from me, and she turns around and starts puking on me. She started throwing up everywhere. After I try to control the situation, I led her to the bathroom, but she can barely walk. So after 10 minutes, I go to the kitchen to wash myself and come back to the room. The bed is full of vomit, and she is on the carpet with my bra. I steal a grocery bag to put my bra inside. She comes from the bathroom and just lays down on the bed. So she threw up, all over the bed and the girl bra. So this was like girl on girl action. So she vomited all over the carpet and vomited in the girl bra. Girl had to go home with no bra on, titties just swanging. See you next week. I'll be damned.
Is that your story or somebody?
No, these are stories that people actually send in, and
Oh,
we
wow.
go from there. So the first story was I found a backstory. The first story, they had went to Applebee's, and he didn't pay for her food or didn't take her home because she wouldn't give him no ass that night. This was their first date.
That's terrible.
That was the first date. So the second one, it was two girls they matched on Tinder, and she went over our house. They was doing all type of illicit drugs and drinking, and the girl threw up the girl threw up in the girl bra and she had to go home with no bra on. Just this happened in North Carolina with just her titties just swinging.
So what am I supposed to do? Give my
Like okay, if that incident happened to you with Denny's, what happens? Like, do you just
that
find
first
a ride home, or you just giving the what he wants you to do?
giving who what?
He
Where?
wanted to have sex for a 2 for 20, for a two
He's
for twenty
dirty.
meal from Applebee's.
First of all, he is dirty, dirty. And I don't think I mean I, he wouldn't even get a chance. But first of all, like if you didn't know if you didn't know that he was dirty like that, I would pay my bill and I would leave and go ghost and never come back. You would never see me again because I don't got time for that. I will pay my bill. Thank you and good night. And
Wow.
that'll be the end of that story. It's not my loss. It's his loss. But I definitely would have pay my bill. That's
I
just
got you.
and first of all, I would not even make a big deal about me paying the bill, like because some men are just trifling like that. So that happened to me a long time ago. I went out on a date, and the guy we went to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
The movies. How much is the movies? Like a long time ago, it was like $10 to $15, and
Yeah.
he goes up to the teller to buy the tickets, and he only paid for one ticket. And I was just like, so you gonna bring it? I was just, but the date was done. Once I paid for my ticket, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna
Made
work.
you pay for a ticket? Made you pay for your ticket?
He made me pay for. He only paid for one ticket.
Damn.
How you go on a date and you pay for one ticket? And then he went first, and then like made me step up. I was like, oh no, this is terrible.
What y'all go see?
I don't even know. I was tuned out. I don't know.
So he didn't pay for your movie ticket. That's
Yo,
crazy.
and how much was the movie? Like back, this is a long time ago. This is probably when I was in college though. He probably was a broke college student, but still, like if you had the nerve to ask somebody out to the movies, you could at least the movies is like $10.
Yeah, that was yesterday's price, but now the price of the brick then went up. So it's
It
like
still don't matter.
$17 now.
If you ask, I think you should pay.
We're not gonna get into that. I mean, but some people they're gonna say no, he should pay all the time. But I get it. I get it.
I don't
Now
pay all the time, but I mean, I don't know. To each his own.
now the second one was they matched on two ladies, they matched on Tinder and they went over there and they was get ready to do the nasty or whatever. And they started doing drugs and
She
drinking.
threw up.
And she threw up. She threw up in the bed. She threw up on the carpet. She threw up in the girl bra.
I
Me
don't.
personally, I would have just had put her in bed and left. Like,
It depends now. If you don't know her, she not your friend. Yeah, I would agree. Like, listen, sis, you on your own. You okay? And
well,
I
she
don't
said
know
that
you.
they just matched. They just matched that day, and she invited her over. So
That's why you can't do drugs.
started doing drugs and started throwing up. I'd have put in the bed and left. Just like, nah, I'm
And
good.
so you found this person on whatever Tinder.
It was on Tinder, yeah.
He did drugs. Did both of them do drugs?
Both of them did drugs.
But she had a bad reaction. I guess she started throwing up.
Yeah, both. I mean, no, one threw up. The other one was fine.
So you would have left her, even though this is the person that you met on Tinder.
I'd have got the hell out of there. Yeah, I'd have put you in the bed and I'd have rolled. Ain't no need of sitting around me looking stupid.
That's why don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
First and foremost, you should have your own drugs, your own shit. So, I mean, first and foremost, if this is our first time meeting and this is what we come to do, I'm probably not bringing no drugs.
Right, exactly.
Unless we discuss that. Like, I do drugs. Natural psychedelics don't have you like that. I don't know. I don't do those type drugs, but I will say my homeboy, a very good friend of mine, A very good friend of mine. He took some mushrooms, and he was like, if
Food money.
anybody have mushrooms, yeah, he took some mushrooms. And if anybody know how the game Tekken is, like how everybody fighting, man, everybody's like in 3D. He said everybody was shaped in box like that. And so he said the part that fucked him up was when he got to the stop sign. He was walking home and he got to the stop sign, and the letters STOP hopped off the stop sign and started chasing his ass home.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So
He was
that's
messed
yeah,
up.
that was on mushrooms. Now I have a cousin who smoked some weed. I think it was LSD or some shit he smoked, and he lives in Atlanta. This nigga said it was fucking giraffes downtown Atlanta just walking the fuck around. Like, what?
That's
Say
straight
whatever type of
up.
drugs y'all niggas taking, man. I
Don't
don't want none of
do
that shit. But
drugs.
yeah, he said he told us he was like, yo, it was some giraffes in downtown Atlanta and shit, just down there, just standing there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, man.
That was
Yeah.
fun. I enjoyed that.
Well, thank you for coming. You could tell them where to reach you at if they need to reach out to you.
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram at the Transformation Woman, the underscore Transformation Woman. Also, if you want to book a picnic, I'm based in the New York City area. I also travel to the DMV for a nice travel fee. But I do picnics for couples, birthdays, just because, anniversaries, bridal showers. You can find me also at transformation underscore picnics by Shaw. I offer coaching services. I focus on motherhood, self love, self discovery, and women empowerment. I am a natural born learner, educator. I am an educator by career, but on my free time, I like to empower and entertain. So yes, you can reach me, follow me, like my posts, add me, and I'm very friendly. I don't bite. So if you need any support, help, just reach out, and I'll be happy to serve you.
Got you. All right, y'all. Next week we off. We taking a break next week, but we'll be back the following week with the with the plus size models dating. Oh shit, I can't remember the title. Uh, being plus size and dating or something in that nature. I can't remember. Somebody's gonna say
Okay,
something to
that's a good
me.
topic. I'll join you guys when y'all do that. Send me
Yeah,
the information to this video when you finish, so I can share it and share it out.
I got you. Yeah, so plus size models and the do's and don'ts the problems they have with dating, they coming from out of Miami. So that will be on the 22nd, I believe. Yeah, just 22nd. The Pretty Palace. That's what it's called. I can't remember half of the shit. The Pretty
Yes,
Palace.
yes, yes. And I'm very proud of you, Rod. I'm happy to be finally
Thank you.
part of your show. And
Thank you.
keep up the good work. There's a lot of good things in store for you. You know that.
I'm just trying to fight the good fight so people can be aware of resources and things that they need to know of. I just do this just to get the resources out.
Absolutely. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, so I see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks and this I'm gonna say December 22nd, June 22nd. I see you June
Yeah.
22nd with the ladies of the Pretty Palace.
Yep, yep. All right. So have a good
Thank
night,
you for
everyone.
coming on, Miss Love, and you always invited back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.